Hey, welcome back to Steve Reads a Comic. What is up, fellas?
How you doing? How you doing, buddy?
Doing all right, man. I'm stoked for Christmas.
Yeah, you finally got your tree up now. I can see
Well, no,
something.
I had it up the day after Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Usually
that's
has
late
it
for me though.
after Halloween.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I waited. But yeah, I scored a Ninja Turtles 1990 movie poster, and I'm very happy about that. That's my excitement for the week.
Yeah, you showed me that poster. I was like, oh, that's fucking tits. That is
Yeah,
awesome.
very excited. And I had bought two reproductions prior to this in the past like 2 years. And this poster is expensive because it's vintage. You know, it's vintage. It's from 1990. 1990 is vintage. Let that sink in. So I bought two different reproductions for like, cheap, 15, $20 or whatever. Garbage. Fucking terrible. They just looked like ass. And
Was
I
it
was
the
just like,
guy that smoked his whole life and then sold it? Were they yellow?
no. They were like recent. They were like new printings
Oh, okay.
of it. Like, but they weren't the right paper, they weren't the right ink, and then like everything, like it's a relatively dark poster, so uh there wasn't a lot of delineation between the colors and everything. And the same thing with I ordered a Ghostbusters poster like that too, and it was like the same thing. Like the reproductions that I can find are terrible. So I finally got a legit one for a decent price, and I'm very happy about it. Now. Like Ghostbusters is like because the other one, like I've always wanted this Batman poster, and even though that's from '89, they made so many of these that you can get this for about $20. A
Wow.
legit 1989 Batman poster in good condition. If you're paying more than $30, you're a sucker, basically, because they're really easy to find. I have
Wow.
two of them now, actually, because I found one that was in better condition. It's actually my old one's behind there. It's got a little less waves in it.
What do you have, like 150 posters now? Every time you
It's
text me, that you're like, "Hey, check out this
not
poster I
good.
got."
I got to sell a bunch because there's so many I'm never gonna hang up. Like I have like Beavis and Butthead Do America. I'm like, what? I'm never gonna hang that. I have a True Lies poster. I'm never gonna hang up a True Lies poster. I just saw it. It was cheap and I wanted it, so I bought it. And now I have a True Lies poster.
You've
I love
got
that
like
movie.
you've got like little like what are they called? Like little marquees outside your house now when somebody comes over with
That'd be sweet.
with the light bulbs around the corners.
I'm replacing the windows with marquees.
You're like, Maggie, I found a spot for my Beavis and Butthead poster.
You don't look outside and you don't go outside, so you might as well
Right.
just cover them.
Right. Go just like board over them, put some marquees out there. But yeah, some of them are just so cheap. It was just like, dude, you could get a Demolition Man poster for $20. Like, it's kind of crazy. And it's a weird addiction with the posters. I have slowed down a lot. Like I have a bunch, but most of them I bought a long time ago. But speaking of posters, I do have a Winter Soldier poster if you want it. It's like slightly damaged. I got a refund on it. And so if you want it, it's yours. It's a 27 by 40 Winter Soldier final release poster.
Let's see, what can I get rid of? Which one do I not want?
Rob.
This Matrix Resurrections.
I think he was talking to me. I think he was talking to me because that's my favorite Marvel movie.
So yeah, if you want to count a full size movie theater Captain America poster,
it'll go great in my game room that is now my wife's office. So,
reclaim it, take it back.
Rob, piece by piece, we just put more and more shit in his house until
Rob's gonna walk in that room one day. He's gonna be like, I don't even like any of this stuff.
He's like, I don't even know who I am.
It's gonna be like, I said I liked Captain America one time, and now I have all this.
Well, you can have it, Rob. I've got too many anyway.
No,
take it.
Keep it in Sean's garage. That's a great place.
Hey, so this week my son threw a drumstick through my bedroom TV.
Ooh, how did you react? Like, give me an honest reaction.
Oh, dude, I was heated, dude.
Did it stick? I gotta know. Did
no,
it?
No.
Or did it just break?
No, I was heated until I found out it was an accident. So
was it though?
Yes, because Brooklyn. I knew it was an accident because, or I knew Brooklyn didn't have anything to do with it, because Dominic ran to Kristen and was hiding because he knew how I'd react. And Brooklyn came out here. Brooklyn came out and she's like, "Dad, Dominic just broke your TV." I was like, "What?" I was like, "What? I was like, "No." She's like, "Yeah, he broke your TV." I'm like, "Oh." So I jumped up, I ran in, and I looked at the TV. Right in the middle is just, something hit it, and all the pixels were fucked up right where the impact was. And then it had lines going horizontal and vertical. And it was all fucked, So, like, if it would have been hit on the side, maybe you could still watch something, like, not like a movie if you really care about it, but like if I want to watch a football game. But this shit is like right dead center, So I was like, "Brooklyn, what the F happened?" She's like, Dominic was playing. He's got like a little electronic drum set, and he had his drumstick. He had my old drumstick from. We couldn't find the one that came with the set, which is much softer drumstick. So I gave him my old Rock Band drumstick. So he's been using that to play on the electronic drum kit. So he was playing on the bed. They were both watching YouTube on the bed, and he was playing. And Brooklyn said he got up to get something and tripped. And when he was trying to catch himself from falling off the bed, and he let the drumstick go, and it smashed the TV. And I was like, dude, I mean, I was angry, but then I was like, it was an accident. Like, what are you going to do? That's my fault that they were in the bedroom by themselves. Like, from now on, they're not allowed in our bedroom without one of us present.
I gave it a week.
That's the new rule.
The new rule is they play in the theater room now.
Right. Now they do
it. Dude, I am shocked that your screen doesn't have a rip in it yet. I'm just waiting for that to happen.
Oh, yeah. Well, because I'm always on them like fucking white on rice, man. It's like I'm always right freaking there watching them do everything. Especially if somebody comes over, I'm like watching their kids. I'm like, okay, you need to go back downstairs now. But I was angry at first, and it was an accident. And then I was like, well, wait a minute. I mean,
you wanted a new TV.
I love getting new TVs, So I mean, yeah, we had it for a couple of years. It had some good life in it, but it's time for Daddy to get a new TV. So I purchased a 75-inch television. It's on its way.
For your bedroom, you got a 75-inch?
No. I'm taking the one in the den, putting that in our bedroom.
Oh, okay.
And then there's gonna be nothing in the den, and I'm gonna have the 75-inch in the living room now. So,
wait, the room I told you to put it in?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. With the nice couch?
Yeah, with the what is that couch called?
Where the tree is?
What are those?
A sectional.
Sectional. Yeah, sectional. Yeah, where the tree is. So I have to move the tree now. And I need your help to install the bracket. So what are you doing this week?
You can't. But the tree's in the way. You got to wait till you get rid of the tree. Where are you going to put the tree next year?
The tree's going by the steps going upstairs. It's the only
you put the lights
exactly.
On
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, I could put the star on very easily. I do not have to climb the ladder anymore. So I was like, yes. But man, yeah, poor Dom's been having a rough week, man. Like he tripped, they almost broke his neck off the bed. And then the other day, I think it was like 2 days ago, he brought in the mail for me, and he had like all this mail in his hand, and he was walking through, and I hadn't turned on the light. We had just walked in the house, and I hadn't turned on the lights yet. And I was like, go ahead and just put it on the table, buddy. And he just starts walking. We had the wreaths on the ground because we're decorating. And dude, he had all this mail in his hand, tripped on the wreaths, and landed on the ornaments.
Oh,
like, we had all the bulbs and everything out. Like, he's so light he didn't break any, but like, I mean, if that would have been me, I would have had glass all up in me.
Sean, this is his house. I was over there Sunday. So I go in the front door. There is 3,000 Amazon packages So you got to zigzag around to get to where, the living room where he's talking about where the tree is.
Yeah.
You had to tiptoe around all the shit that was on the floor, the ornaments and stuff.
Yeah.
And then
that's the ones that
then
Dom
you go
hit.
in the other room and there's toys everywhere. I thought Kristen was gonna fall because she stepped on a toy. It's like, dude,
I believe it.
Yeah, the shit, like, dude, once we get the tree up, then we'll clean the house, but it's still not up.
I couldn't. As soon as I put my tree up, then I took all the boxes, put them back in the attic.
Yeah, you have a tiny little man tree,
but
I have a giant tree with thousands of ornaments.
Cleaned all the things that fell down.
Yeah, good for you.
Finish that shit.
I work 48 hours in a day, and then I have 2 kids. But anyway, yeah, but he was all right. He was just having a rough day. I told Kristen, oh my God, he fell and broke bulbs. He cut his face. She got home, was like, there's no cuts on his face. I was like, yeah, I'm just fucking with you.
Why would you say that?
No wonder why.
It's a terrible joke.
No, dude. she knew it wasn't bad. But yeah, he's fine. My TV's not though, so.
So did you get your new one yet, or is it on the way?
It's on the way.
Are you going to dismantle that old TV that's behind the fireplace?
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with that.
Dude, just take a sledgehammer or a sawzall or something.
Dude, that'll explode if you take it. Not. Cathode ray tubes explode. You don't want to just hit it.
I am not lifting that thing again.
For the listener, I have this old CRT television behind the flat screen because it's so heavy. I didn't want to move it again.
And I told you I wasn't going to move it again.
Dude, here's what you do. Put that shit on Craigslist. Somebody wants that. Somebody wants a CRT television for video games or for whatever reason. And tell them, put it in there, put it on there for $100 or whatever, and tell them they have to move it.
Doesn't it have a green screen now? Isn't it green or something?
Green screen.
I thought there's something wrong with it.
No, it's fine. It was perfect.
That was 20 years ago.
It was just 720i. I'm like,
no, it's 1080i.
Oh, it was 1080.
It's 1080i.
Oh, okay, it's 720p.
So yeah, it's 1080i set. I have the same one in my garage. So
hey, you want another one?
No, mine I'm sure does not work. Just it's been in my garage for years. There's no way. I can't imagine it actually works anymore, but it's going to live there. Like we're going to sell this house one day and that TV is going to come with the house. Like free TV.
We'll throw it in.
House.
They won't even reckon with the people that move in by the time you move out. Right, yeah. They won't even know what that is anymore. They're like, what is this thing? What is
Dude,
this
you should
thing?
see some of the shit people leave in houses because I'm always in like houses that sold. Dude, the coolest one was a saddle. There was a saddle in the attic. It's just like it's in the city. I mean, it wasn't like they had land for horses or anything.
Yeah,
they just left the fucking saddle up there.
Yeah.
Like half of my golf clubs are from people that left them in the attic.
Yeah, I remember we found when I was working with you, we found some like Lord of the Rings sword up there. I was like, this thing is awesome. I remember taking pictures of it. I was like, I probably shouldn't do that at somebody's house, but yeah.
Well, I mean, it's sold.
I didn't know if we were just fixing their house or
sold. Maybe you were in somebody's actual house.
All right, so there's been some announcements. Star Wars: The Bad Batch Season 2 is hitting in January, I believe.
Whoop-de-doo!
Yeah, that's pretty much how I feel. Then in March, we're getting Season 2 of Yellow Jackets.
Oh,
so nice.
I'm excited about that. That was really good. I can't think of anything else. Oh, Avatar's coming out. I was actually looking at Avatar tickets. I was like, I'm going to go see this in 3D on the XD screen. Maybe.
Is XD screen, is that like IMAX or something?
It's just a really big screen. That's all it is. It's just a really big screen.
Do you guys have any
dimensions?
Do you guys have any of those theaters up north where they like, spray water in your face and
the 4D theater, 4DX or whatever? No.
Yeah, where the screen like wraps around to the side and shit.
No.
Okay.
We don't even have Dolby Vision screens. It's so pathetic up here. It makes me so angry. It's like,
dude, it's worse down here. We just got reclining seating.
And
I'm not kidding.
They're
I'm not
powered
kidding.
too. They're
Yeah.
automatic recliners.
I'm not kidding.
well, that's pretty standard up here now.
I know. That's been
And
standard.
they're spacious ones too. Like they're
Yeah,
not
so
like
are
the ones
these.
that are real close together.
Well, you got the bar, right? You got the bar that serves like chicken tenders now.
Well, we have like they serve drinks. You can get beers in theaters. A lot of the theaters now.
Dude, after 10 years, they finally got rid of that gum spot on the.
Man, remember the old Linda Theater? God damn, that thing was so disgusting.
It's still around,
it's
bro.
Still open. Mom and Dad go there like every week.
This is what gets me about. So the Linda was a theater in Akron. Is a theater in Akron.
$5 tickets.
It was like even less than that back in the day. Now it's $5. I think.
Now,
yeah. $5 now. But back when I was growing up, it was the theater that got all the movies like right before they went to video.
Right.
You know, they were out of the main theaters. It was like they had like dollar movie night. So and it was, but now somehow I don't understand it. Somebody needs to make a documentary about this.
I know what you're going with.
It is an actual like it's still the same 2-screen movie theater, but they play current run movies, releases. Like
one screen.
How do you do that? Oh, it's one screen? Okay.
I was going to say, when did it get two?
Now they have new release movies. Like freaking Avatar will be there when it's released. It's crazy. Well,
it's like, how did you do that? How did you come out of being like the low level theater? Most theaters are just going under. And this one's like, no, we're coming up. Actually, we're going to come up. We're not the dollar theater anymore. We're the $5 theater now.
The only thing I can think of is my parents. They go there all the time.
They go there every week.
They are solely funding that establishment.
Everything around there has gone out of the post office is gone from there. Like that's how barren that area is now. And but somehow a movie theater has survived in Akron, Ohio. I don't understand it.
Do you guys remember the Lynn? The Lynn Theater?
Oh, yeah, I remember the Lynn.
That thing was huge. And then when you went up to the concession stand was in the balcony, and they had that big glass wall, and you could watch the movie, and they had the sound, so you never missed anything if you had to go get... Like, you could actually refill your drink and not miss anything. You know what I mean?
I think I saw like one movie there because of my whole, stupid, fucked up childhood. But I was in there like one time.
You could walk to that theater, too.
Yeah. But it was always a cool looking theater, though.
It was huge.
Really tall. Yeah.
It seated like 1 billion people.
Yeah.
But all those other theaters are gone, and Linda's like, oh, yeah, we're actually doing really well.
I have no idea.
Have you guys been in there at all? Like, did they redo the seating?
I haven't been in there.
A couple years ago, I went to the movies with Mom and Dad there. The popcorn, you get popcorn and a drink for like $5, and the popcorn doesn't make you sick. It's like It's like what you got at your house, Steve. It's like good popcorn.
Now, did they redo all the seats and they fix all the?
No, they just duct taped them. I think. I'm not kidding. I think
that's why it's $5.
Still, the fact that they have current releases though, that just blew my mind. I'm like, what? I was so confused when I saw that.
Yeah, because every time I come home to see Mom and Dad, I'm like, wow, that theater is still going. Everything else.
It makes me happy. It makes me very happy, actually. I know it sounds like I'm down on it. I think it's very cool. It's just shocking.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, good for you guys. I hope you're there long after I'm dead,
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because there aren't a lot of theaters like that. I mean, I guess New York has theaters like that where you're just walking down the street. It's like a 1 or 2 screen movie theater. And it's kind of just part of the street. It's not like in a plaza or near a mall or whatever.
We have those in Memphis. They're just like XXX movies.
They're still doing that, huh? That sounds like Memphis. I'm not getting no internet. I'm going down to the theater. I want to jerk off in front of strangers. That's the only way to do it.
I got me a nickel for the booth.
Yeah. So what else? What else is new and happening? So yeah, trying to hype myself up for Avatar, seeing it in the big screen, because the whole thing it was created for was to be seen in the big screen movie
Will you
theater.
tell us how that is? Because I'm not going to see it.
I like that you'll go see everything else, but
I know. I don't really care. It doesn't look good. I do.
I might go.
It looks like the first movie. I'll go maybe.
That's why I want to see. I'm literally going with that whole mindset of this is a movie created to be seen on the biggest screen. It's supposed to be immersive. It's supposed to be this amazing imagery. That's all it is. Like, I'm not expecting anything other than like bleeding edge technology on the screen. So
you're happy to go see a polished turd?
Well, no, again, it's all about perspectives. So if you go in again looking for the spectacle and not for the narrative, then it's just a different thing. You just gotta shift your perspective on things. That's all.
So you're going in with like earplugs, and you're just like,
because the sound is part of it. Look, here's the thing: I worship James Cameron. I think that dude is amazing, and him and like Spielberg and Lucas are always up there because they've also contributed to like these giant theaters with these amazing sound systems. They're the ones who were pushing the envelope with their audio mixes and everything, making theaters get upgrades to play these movies. So, despite, same with Lucas, Lucas, he did like the prequel trilogy's bad, but you know what? He created fucking Star Wars. He created THX sound, like he created ILM, he's all that stuff. Like, or is it ILM? Yeah.
Yeah.
But like he was so instrumental in so much stuff, and it that we enjoy that we just kind of take for granted, Like Steve and I a few weeks ago were talking about, I miss putting in a Blu-ray or watching a movie and there is no THX thing at the beginning, like the little guy flying around and then the big sound. I miss that. I like that. That was part of the theater experience. They got rid of that.
Yeah, and that's why we got our sound system. When DVDs came out, we're like, this sound is awesome. It's 5.1,
and it's 100 watts per channel.
We're like, yes,
we're just cranking it up,
and we would replay the demo all the time.
My family makes fun of me because I don't want to miss the trailers, but that's like I want to see the trailer on the big screen. That's
Now, do you?
I like seeing the trailers too.
Do you miss trailers on a disc?
No, because they're still.
I put in because they're.
I put in a movie the other day. Like an older Blu-ray or a Blu-ray of an older movie, and it had like 5 trailers. And normally you could just hit the menu button. Not on this one. You had to skip every trailer. I'm like, all right, I don't miss this. I got to make it so I can hit menu at least. But I don't want to see trailers from 10 years ago.
Well, I don't want to see that. I thought for a while they were doing something like if you were hooked up to the internet, they would play recent trailers.
Some things would do that. I don't know if they still do that or not. Like that.
I don't live. They don't.
But they used to. They used to do it on some. I don't think that. I don't think it was that popular. So they don't really do that anymore.
You must have been watching a Criterion movie or something. They're always pushing their 5 trailers that are all like B movies. They're like,
Sean had it though. Is that BD Live or whatever?
Yeah,
I do remember that. Yeah, I do. I miss the trailers, and I definitely miss the THX demos.
I miss like that now too. And I mean, granted, I don't remember the last movie I saw at the theater. What was it? It was earlier this year, right? I don't remember.
It wasn't Black Panther.
No, it wasn't Black Panther. It wasn't a Marvel movie. I thought there was something I had to go see though. Like I saw Spider-Man last year. Have I seen anything since then? Oh, the Batman maybe. I don't know. Anyway, now they have that whole like movie minute or like 30. Like I just missed the trivia. You remember trivia?
Yeah,
it just questions.
And then we would go so often with my dad, that we would know all the answers. Be like, yeah, that one's.
I know that one.
Keanu Reeves.
Right.
Right.
Or if you got there early enough, they just replay it. So you seem like a genius there at the end.
Yeah, and you want to say it out loud so the people behind you could hear that you got the right answer.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right.
It's just old farts waxing nostalgic over here, but Yeah, I
Can you
hate that everything is literally just commercials now. Everything at the theater is just like you get 30 minutes of commercials, and then you get the trailers, and then there's like commercials like in between the trailers sometimes. Like there's like a random Coke commercial. You're
Dude,
like, what the fuck?
I think I bought a Chevy because I saw Chevy commercials at the theater so much. It's just like,
God
yes,
damn.
I must go out and buy a Chevy. It's JD Power and Associates rated.
JD Byron.
I don't even think they tell you to turn off your cell phone anymore. They're just like, we're just going to
last time I
sell
was
this
there, they did.
commercial.
Yeah, I do. I miss
Those were the days.
Those were the days back in my day. Yeah.
Piracy is a victimless crime.
Has a guy behind you recording it.
Right.
Who wants to watch that though? It's the shittiest sound and the shittiest picture. Who watches that? Who buys that?
My comic book guy gave me a copy of Civil War on because give me a copy of Civil War on a thumb drive that was terrible quality, and I watched it probably like 5 times because I just liked that movie so much. And I saw it at the theater probably 2 or 3 times, and then I would watch this horrible tinny sound.
Oh, you mean in the time before it came out on DVD?
Yeah, before it was out on Blu-ray. I watched that so many times, and I remember doing that too with the Matrix Revolutions. I had a bootleg copy of Matrix Revolutions, another one I saw in the theater multiple times. I just couldn't wait for it to come out on video, so I had this terrible bootleg. I don't know who's paying for them. I don't know if anybody pays for them anymore. I feel like they just go up. I thought that was
the whole reason they do it, is to get money from it.
But who? Like, everybody just downloads shit for free now. Like, I don't know that there's a market there anymore. I know it used to be, but
is it still a crime if you record it, or is it only a crime when you go?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, man, you can't do that.
Can't record it, can't distribute it, can't sell it, whatever.
You can't. You can't video or audio.
Yeah, dude. So this isn't really nerd related, but I guess kind of. But like, so Pantera played their Pantera tribute, whatever you want to call it, Half Terra. Played their first couple shows, so I've been watching a lot of YouTube footage, and it's crazy how it makes you feel when you're a big Pantera fan. Like, you get like mixed emotions, but then you're just into the music. You're like, this is amazing to see these songs live in front of tens of thousands of people again. You can't help but get excited. It's cool stuff, and if they come here, I will definitely get a ticket if it's not astronomically priced.
So who they get to replace Dimebag and Vinny?
So on drums, they got Charlie from Anthrax, and he's spot on, and he's been friends with them since like 85 or so, he said. And then Zach Wilde on guitar, because he's very close friends with Dimebag. So the Zach stuff, I mean, he's Zach Wilde. He's an amazing guitar player, and he puts his little flair on it. But for the most part, it's close enough. But it doesn't sound like Dimebag, but it's the songs, though. He's playing the right notes and everything.
So if you close your eyes, you still can tell the difference?
Dude, you don't... Yeah, I can. Dude, Zach Wilde has such a distinct style of guitar playing, like with all the pinch harmonics and everything, and just the fact that the way he solos is different. He doesn't play the solos note for note. I noticed even the intro for A New Level. Like, I was like, he's not playing the rhythm correctly. There's an open E string chug that you have to play. It's down and up strokes, and you have to play them in it. You can't just go back. It's not just down, up, down, up, down, up. It's like down, down, up, down, 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 up. It's like different. And he was like, he wasn't hitting it right. It's a little off-putting for the hardcore Pantera fans.
But Rob and I our heads exploded.
What?
Well, yeah, and that's why I rag on you guys for music taste. You don't even notice what you're listening to.
Cheat code, down, down, up, up.
Well, I'm just doing the rhythm, like, because it's literally just an open chug. So you're palm muting it, and you're hitting the string down, and then you're hitting it up. And a lot of times if you just go up, down, it's alternate picking, but it's not alternate picking.
Up, down, right, toggle.
No, it's but it's still awesome just to hear it and to see it. Like, they're into it, the crowd's into it.
So are you going to see him then?
If it's not,
I'd like to. They haven't announced an Ohio show. So they're opening for Metallica, which is nuts. Pantera never played with Metallica other than maybe at festivals, but they never toured together. So they're doing a show. The closest one is Detroit, and it's 2 nights. This is what pissed me off. So Metallica is doing the no repeat tour where they're doing 2 shows in every city, like 2 nights apart, and they're not, the sets are going to be completely different. However, the first night Pantera is the opener. The second night it's like fucking 5 Flavor Fruit Punch, a band I fucking hate. And so I have no interest in the second night, but there's the way they're selling tickets right now. You just buy tickets, like it's a ticket for both shows. So it's like the lowest ticket price is $300. Like that's like the lowest price. And you have to, again, it's for both shows. Like, I don't want to, then I have to like stay in Detroit, but they're going to put single tickets on sale in January. But even then I'm like, dude, they'll play Ohio. Like Pantera will come to Ohio at some point. There's the Incarceration Festival in Mansfield every year. They'll probably headline that next year. There'll be opportunities. But it's crazy to see them playing to such huge fucking crowds. Like they're like both the shows I've seen have been in Mexico, and it's these shows are just they look like fucking Woodstock almost. I mean, they're not that big, but like it's literally like it's got to be like 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 people. I don't even know, 50,000. I have no idea. It's way bigger than Blossom though. Like these things are fucking huge.
So when did they gain popularity?
That's just what happens over time. It's just it's just one of those things. People have kids, it gets passed on generationally.
And then the mom and dad are still going too with the kids.
Exactly. It's kind of like it's you think about the Rolling Stones, right? The Rolling Stones were playing stadiums and stuff, but and the Rolling Stones only have 4 good songs, I think. Like they're a terrible band in my opinion. I don't know why people like them. They're way overhyped.
They're
more not great.
4, dude. Come on.
They might have 5, but I think it's only 4. They have Painted Black, Sympathy for the Devil. All right, they might only have 2. But yeah, like they're not a good band. They're terrible. They're a terrible band, but they just grown in popularity over time because all the people who love them passed it on and spread. It's literally like word of mouth.
What was the one in Casino?
I don't know.
Yeah, I fucking forgot it.
Is that how it goes? That sounds right. That sounds exactly like a Rolling Stones song.
I don't know. Some woman screaming.
But yeah, I think that's just how it happens, though. Like bands disappear for a while, and then there's a comeback, and then all of a sudden they're fucking huge. And even Metallica is like bigger than they've ever been. And it's not because of radio play. Like all their biggest radio play was in the 90s. It's just over time.
Oh yeah, when the Black album came out.
Yeah, like that's just what Motley Crue is playing stadiums now. Motley Crue, like they played stadiums. They played the Browns Stadium when they were here. Like that's insane. Like no, that's just what happens though. Over time you get bigger and bigger if you have a big enough base, basically.
Everyone from Motley Crue is still alive?
Yeah. Yep, everybody's still there.
That's a miracle.
But even Slayer, when they ended the band 2-3 years ago, I think it was 3 years ago now. They were playing arenas. Like every time I saw Slayer, they were playing relatively, like I saw them at the Agora. Like they weren't playing huge venues, but when the last time they played here, they played fucking Blossom. They were playing huge venues at the end.
What about Poison? They still together?
I think they're on the Motley Crue tour, and I'm not making that up. I think they are. I'm dead serious.
That's fucking
I think it's
awesome.
It's like Poison, Def Leppard, and Motley Crue, I think is what it was on the bill.
Holy fuck. I'm getting a ticket now.
So, and I think that was the tour they did this past summer, but I don't know if it's the same lineup next year, but they're still touring into next year. Vince Neil sounds like it. Phil sounds really great. I mean, no, he doesn't sound like his prime. Nobody does, but he's had eras where he has sounded horrible, where he's clearly fucked up on heroin or alcohol or both. Mm-hmm. So he is really focused on getting his voice in shape for these shows, and it really shows. For a band pushing 60, screaming this, screaming these lyrics, he sounds really good.
Nice.
So yeah, it's exciting stuff. I can't believe you have no interest. You're just like, nah.
Aiden and I heard on NPR that they had a segment up on the way to school. I think it was yesterday, that bats, death metal bands, their voices are very similar to bats. There's been a scientific study.
What, the pitch or something? They go so
Yeah.
high?
Yeah, or no, because of their range, their octave
Oh, okay.
range and their tone or something like that. I don't know. I thought that was hilarious.
Interesting.
I don't know. Google it.
But yeah, that's the
You'll get the right story.
So
I
you're
don't
saying
That's what
Ozzy Osbourne and that bat is the perfect amalgamation.
but yeah, there's tons of YouTube videos. A lot of them are terrible quality. That's almost there.
Steve,
You gotta get
Every
listen
time
to
we
the
let-
croak in there.
we let Aiden have a playlist on a trip.
We always, yeah, it's like,
Steve's like, after about 5 songs, Steve's like, dude, I can't do it.
I was like,
He's like, I'm gonna drive off the road.
Is it my pick
You know
yet?
what's funny? I have the same. And I probably told you the story, but like one time Logan and I were at the mall. We walked into FYE. I wanted to look at their toys and whatnot, and there was a country song playing that I'd never heard, or that and I remember the words to it, and I can't, and I told Logan, I was like, if we don't leave right now, I'm going to murder everyone in the store. So we just had to walk the fuck out, and it was like this dude. It was a man. There was a man singing this song, and this man was like, I want to talk about me. I want to talk about. And I was just like, I'm going to kill everybody in the fucking mall if I have to hear a grown man sing these words at me. Like, country music is, I can't even describe how fucking horrible country music is. It's so fucking bad.
That was Toby Keith, by the way.
It wasn't really?
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's everything I
don't
thought
like
he was.
country either. I don't like country.
It's, oh my God. I hear
song.
stuff like that, and it's literally, it's like a splinter in my mind, dude. It's just like, it's like Manchurian Candidate activate. It's like, that's it. Where's my gun? I have to shoot people now. Like, the sound and just the twang on the guitars and everything, just the way the drum, every aspect of it just sends me into like a murderous frenzy. And I'm like, calm down. Just walk away. Just walk out. Like, it's insane to me that people are like, this is good music. Get my shit kickers on.
And then the song ends, and Sean's like, "Where am I? What happened?"
I'm just standing. I look like Keanu Reeves in the Berserker comic. I'm just covered in blood and organs from other people. Like, I have no idea what happened.
Want to talk about me? Want to talk about you?
Yes. It was, oh my God. I just, Logan was like, are you serious? I was like, we have to go. Like, I was dead serious, dude.
We have
And then like the first time, Rob, you could be a throat singer. One of the first times that I remember, or the first time I remember really hearing Taylor Swift, I was doing pest control, and I was in a restaurant before they opened, and they had the music going, and I hear this girl singing how everyone's mean to her, and literally that's the chorus. That's just mean, or something to that effect. And so immediately I pull my phone out. I'm like, I have to know what this is. And I thought, I shit you not, I was like, this is probably like a 10-year-old girl. I don't want to get mad. It's probably a 10-year-old. This is an adult woman was singing, wrote this song, sung it, and then tens of millions of people were like, that's my shit. Like, and they were like, how did Trump become president? There you go, right there. Like, I was so blown. I was like, this is a multi-million-dollar artist that people worship. This isn't a 10-year-old girl in her first song. This is somebody who's been around. I was blown the fuck away.
That's how she gets all those 10-year-old girls to buy her albums.
Yeah, I guess so.
And me.
I couldn't believe it though. I was like, I couldn't believe that was like an adult established artist when I heard that song.
Oh yeah.
So bad.
Oh yeah. She's Tay-Tay. She's huge.
But speaking of concerts,
Sean's not used to understanding what they're saying.
Yeah, I don't want to know. I legitimately, I don't want to know what people are saying. Like, if I look up your lyrics and you're just talking about stabbing people, raping dead bodies, I'm okay with that. That's all right. I get the gist of it. I'm happy, and it just sounds like that's great. I get that. But when you're sitting there talking about everybody just mean, it's like you're a multimillionaire and you're you grew up rich, fuck you, bitch.
I'm the problem. It's me. That's one of her songs. No,
She is the problem. But I got a concert next week. I'm finally gonna go see 200 Stab Wounds. I'm very excited.
Who?
I've been
For you, man.
I've been excited about this band for like a year. I actually met them at a Revocation show because they're a Cleveland band. They are like my new favorite band. They're
You're
just
leaving.
fucking sick.
You're leaving the house.
They got sick riffs. I bought my ticket months ago. I'm fucking stoked. It's exciting stuff, man.
Are you gonna drink?
No. what purpose would that serve?
Music always sounds better when you drink.
You gonna
Nah,
talk about me?
I like to really, I don't know. I take it in better when I'm not drinking. But dude, I could probably play like 15 seconds of one of their songs here.
That's exactly how I thought it would sound.
It all sounds the same.
To you people, it does.
To you people.
That is their latest single, Masters of Morbidity. And they're blowing up, dude. They just signed to Metal Blade Records. Like they outgrew their first label quick. They are blowing the fuck up in a death metal way.
There's like 17 people. So it's like as many as our podcast listeners.
Their next tour is the Netherlands.
Dude, no, they are blowing up though, like legitimately. Like go on YouTube, look up 200 Stab Wounds. They are playing venues. The crowds are going insane. I've watched them go from like 15,000 listeners on Spotify. Now they have like close to 75,000. Like they are fucking coming up, dude.
Huge in Holland.
I bet you Aiden's heard of them.
Oh, I'm sure.
If not, tell them about them. They're fucking amazing. They got sick riffs, dude. That's
I
like
already
my favorite
forgot
thing
the name of the band.
You forgot 200 stab wounds?
Like, and I'll forget it in
about very memorable
2
name.
minutes.
They're all very like memorable
Just
name.
make some shit up. And
that's what I told Krista when Dominic fell on the ornaments. He's got 200 stab wounds.
But yeah, I'm very stoked for this show. It's going to be very cathartic.
I'm happy for you, man.
Man.
Is there anybody going with you? Your son?
I'm hoping Brad will go with me.
Okay.
My buddy Brad, he's into that stuff. He's usually my co-pilot when it comes to the heavier stuff. He's into the heavy shit, and he's like 10 years younger than me too. So he's got a lot more concert stamina.
Nice. I was hoping
a sick lineup too, because another band I just got into is on the bill. Enforced is on the bill. Undeath is on the bill. It's an insane lineup, dude. For like $16.
Just make some shit up with the name.
So everything is made up, Rob. That's how the world works. that's how we do things. This podcast made up. We did it. We made something. We created something. People hear it. We have 6 people who it's their number one podcast, and I'm convinced 2 of those people are Steve somehow.
No, it's only one.
I thought Steve was all 6 and just had 6 different
Well, he can't be. It's accounts.
I don't have ghost accounts.
Yeah, I don't think he's to that level.
And if I did, I'd have more than 6. I'd at least bump it up to 25.
Steve would be running like some sort of outsource to India.
We got 3,000 views on one of our videos. Like we did. And that's no lie.
It's because of my good looks. That's why it sucks when there's no video.
we were doing fine. I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, your shit just sucks. We've gone 43 minutes now. We're pressing our luck now.
Yeah.
All right. So the assignment this week was to watch the 1995 number 1 box office hit and legendary classic known as Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie. It made $60 bajillion.
What is it?
Times 10. No, it didn't. It was not a. It did well enough on its budget, but it was not considered like a big hit by any means.
It did 4 times its budget.
Yeah, which is great. That's great.
Wow.
Actually, I thought the budget was higher than that for 95. The special effects for then, I mean, for a kids show, wasn't it?
Dude, I hate to break this joke out every time, but I got to go with special defects on this one. It just applies. But I have some I have
you've
some
never
upsetting
watched
news
the
for you
TV
guys.
show?
Wait, were the special effects supposed to be that great though? I thought it was supposed to complement the TV show.
Yeah,
I
because
didn't.
the TV
No,
show.
they had a budget this time.
Yeah,
All right, but
but
I got to. Did you guys watch it first of all? Did you find it on YouTube and watch it?
Yeah, did you have Chinese Mandarin subtitles?
no, I used the
No.
link Sean sent, and I just
Oh.
I mirrored it to my TV. You clicked on the first link on YouTube.
Yeah, yeah.
I did
sent
that.
you a link. I sent you a link.
I know, I saw it, but I just wanted to hurry up and watch it on the big TV. So
I did the same thing you did. I'm like, why is there fucking Mandarin subtitles? And then I tried to get rid of them, and you can't. And I
right,
was like,
did
all
that,
right.
and I was like, I'll just watch it with the
That's
subtitles.
because that's a bootleg copy recorded like in a theater.
yeah. No,
probably.
I figured that.
So you guys watched
It's
it.
the only copy left in existence.
I'm sorry to report, I only got 20 minutes into my own pick. This was after 4 times, gentlemen. I tried so hard to watch this
Dude,
movie.
you
I wanted to
suck,
like
man.
it.
Fuck you,
And
man.
I just, hey, let me apologize, not to you guys, but to myself for putting myself through this 20 minutes. Because this is bad. This is so much worse than I thought it would be.
It got
so much
better
worse than
after 20 minutes.
Did it?
No,
Did it?
No.
Okay.
no, it did not.
I did get to a point where they finally changed into Power Rangers, and I did notice their suits had an upgrade. They looked like they had like armor. It wasn't just the spandex, you know.
Oh no,
so
you
they had a
didn't
little-
stay for the upgrade.
Yeah,
They
you
got-
missed the double
Oh, okay.
upgrade.
Yeah, see,
Oh,
they
okay,
they
no.
went from
You missed the ninja.
pterodactyls to ninjas. Yeah,
Oh.
apes and frogs and,
There
and
was
bears.
the one guy
and-
was like, "I'm a
falcon.
frog."
and then she was like, "I'll kiss you." Ooh.
Is that? Are you? I have no idea if you're being
Oh,
serious
you-
right
no.
now.
Yeah, we're being serious.
Dude,
And
they went-
you missed the hot bikini chick from Australia.
her
A
name
hot bikini chick.
her name was Dulcia. She was
Dulcia,
a
yeah.
a
Oh my
warrior
god, I can't believe you remember that name.
on one of the planets. I don't know.
Yeah, and
They
she
had
was
that-
in a bikini. I swear to God. It
Did
was
you get to the part where
for all
Zord?
the adults that had to take the kids? They're like, let's throw her in there.
Well, shit, I thought the Pink Ranger was enough for anybody. I was like, damn, Pink Ranger's
I've
got it
always liked
going
the Pink
on.
Ranger.
You know the
She does.
Pink Ranger? How old do you think that Pink Ranger is?
I looked her up because I felt dirty for
She's
liking
older
the-
than me. She's
No,
older than
she was
me.
she was born in freaking 70, dude.
Yeah. Dude, I was 25 when this movie came out. She was 27.
Dude, I was watching it with Aiden. I was like, I don't know if I should be having these feelings toward this. Like, or Aid, I meant Dominic, sorry.
I was like, what? You watched
me-
it with
right?
Aiden? I couldn't
Me,
get it.
me and Dominic were watching it, and I'm like, oh my God, dude.
What was the Dominic review of this movie? Like, did he?
Yeah, I mean, he got up when they started kicking. The fight scenes were, I mean, they're decent, you know. They had some little kicks and stuff going on, some jump split kicks and flips, and it was good. He liked it. He was laughing there. Some of the monsters, the main guy was Ivan the Ooze, and he would create like foot soldiers by like spitting or
He
mucus.
He
or
loogied a
loogie,
bunch.
yeah, or snot. I don't know. But like when they fought the guys, like when the Power Rangers kicked them really hard, they'd hit a wall and like splat, you know. And Dominic was laughing at that and stuff. But I think he liked other things better. He watched the other the big budget Power Rangers movie, and he liked that one a lot.
Dude,
better.
I went to the
even though
movies
even though it had more story in it, which would, you know, be a lot harder for him to follow. But he followed that other one fine. But
So-
yeah, he made it. We both made it through. He liked it. But dude, I'm with you, man. Like our shit was cooler when we were at his age, man.
Right,
Like this
right.
shit is fucking dumb as
That-
fuck, man.
I explained it to Maggie. I was like, because I kept trying to watch it, right? I explained to Maggie, I'm like, this is like Teletubbies do karate. Like, I don't know how else to describe this. It's so weird. It's so aimed at such a younger audience that I've never seen a show, and it's live. It's just so weird because again, they have martial arts. They're actually hitting people. It's not like how the way they neutered a lot of cartoons back in the day. So they have that aspect that is cool, but the overacting. I've just never seen anything that was so like a lot of properties I enjoy have been accused of simply being cash grabs created to get kids to get to their parents to spend money. Everything from Transformers to G.I. Joe to He-Man to Ninja Turtles. There is a lot of truth to that, especially when it comes like He-Man, which was something that was specifically created. The cartoon came after the toy line. The cartoon was created to promote the show or to promote the toys to get kids to buy the toys. But it, like, when I watch Transformers cartoons from like 84, they try to tell stories. Like there's like there's a story there, and it's not like crazy over the top. I mean, it's still aimed at children. Don't get me wrong. It's not for adults or anything. It seems like the target demographic for Power Rangers is like ages 4 to 6. You know what I mean? Like it's a very tight range.
Yeah.
And a lot of the stuff we were into, G.I. Joe, Transformers, Thundercats, Ninja Turtles, seem to have a much broader range that you could enjoy the show age-wise. Whereas this one, at no point did it leave that like 4 to 6 bracket. Like you got to, again, I can't help but compare it to the Ninja Turtles movie or even the Transformers animated movie from 84, whenever that came out. 86, I think it came out actually. But anyway, there was like adult themes. You know, you had Optimus Prime fucking died. Like that's trauma, right? Like, and then you have Ninja Turtles. You got fucking ninjas. You got kids smoking cigarettes.
Zordon died in this. You didn't make it far enough.
If you would have watched it, you could have saw that bald head guy die.
The Teletubbies Time for Bye Bye guy. Is that who you're talking about?
Yeah.
That guy died. There's a lot of attachment
but
to the face in the fucking Pepsi bottle or whatever the fuck that is.
No, but the glass got broken and he was there. It was his body.
Died. Yeah.
he looked like what did he look like? He looked like a giant man in swaddled clothes. It was the dumbest looking thing ever, man. I was laughing my ass off. But I was like, oh, I get to see this guy, like his real self. Did you know the main bad guy, Ivan the Ooze? He was the dude from
Ivan Ooze. There's no just Ivan Ooze.
Ivan Ooze. Well, he's the dude from Raiders that played Belloc.
I did look him up. He played Belloc. He played somebody else relatively recently, more recently, I should say.
He played somebody in Hot Fuzz, a bishop or something in Hot Fuzz.
He was the priest in Hot Fuzz.
Yeah.
But okay, that was the other guy.
Like the acting was so cheesy and over the top. I was like, is this fucking Mel Brooks in this guy? Like I had to look this guy up. Like, who the fuck is this? This is so bad and corny. But that's how the TV show was though.
It was every episode, and this movie included, is you have the Rangers fight, then you have the bad guys winning, then you have them getting their Zords.
Wait, they lose their powers first, then they have to regain their powers.
Right. Well, then they get in the Zords separately, and they fight in the robotic machine.
And then they
form Voltron, and then they beat the bad guy. Instead of just forming Voltron and,
Well, that was our issue with Voltron, too, though. It was like, why not just form Blazing Sword immediately? Like, form Voltron, form Blazing Sword. Kick ass.
Right.
Like, stop. But here's what I didn't understand. Like, I understand, like, building that dramatic tension. What I don't understand is why they fight in just their street clothes and then change into Power Rangers when things get really tough. It's like, just do that first. Just do that first. If that makes you more powerful or whatever, putting on those suits, then do that first. Take that first step.
So
do that.
They have to have the kids be like, oh, look, they're just like us. Maybe I can be a Power Ranger one day.
So evidently,
and then they go do their suits.
The first season, they actually did their own stunts. And then the union got involved, and then they weren't allowed to do a lot of their stunts. But when you see them doing the back flips and all that, they actually did all that.
In the first season or this movie?
The first season, I couldn't get an answer on the movie. That's what I was trying to find out.
Well, here's the thing.
Because I was like, dude, that is her and that is him doing the backflip.
Yeah, I was going to say.
They do hire gymnasts and martial artists.
Now, when they get in the suits and the choreography gets a little, I couldn't get an answer if that was them. I don't think it is.
Well, no, here's the thing. On the TV show, it was footage from the Japanese show, whatever it's called over there. So when they were in their suits, typically because it was cheaper to do that, they already had these shows over in Japan. And so when they're in their suit, and the big tell and I saw this on the Toys That Made Us, I think, was talking about this, is the Yellow Ranger is a girl in America, but over there it's a boy. So when you see the Yellow Ranger in the TV show, like on the first season or whatever,
No
it's
boobies?
not a chick. Like it's a dude.
No.
Like no tits, no titties. And they didn't bother to change that up at all. But yeah, they do hire like martial artists so they can do the scenes out of the suits. And then I think eventually, I forget how many seasons they went before they actually had to start filming their own fight scenes, like when they ran out of the Japanese footage. But this really is like, this is probably the most soulless property I've ever experienced.
It was,
like,
dude, it was still,
What
it was still,
did you think was gonna? I mean, what did you think we were gonna watch,
dude? It was still better than Uncharted, dude. like, hands down. This one wins.
that's man. There's your poster tagline right there. Like, there's your Rotten Tomatoes blurb. Better than Uncharted. Like, goddamn.
I'll
So
watch
no,
that one again.
I thought again, they've taken children's properties, made movies out of them. Transformers, Ninja Turtles, G.I. Joe, or even the new Power Rangers movie, the most recent one, where you can enjoy it at a different age. This had such a narrow demographic to it. Like, no wonder it only did 60 million or whatever at the box office, unlike Ninja Turtles, which did 200 million in 1990, 5 years prior. Like, because more people could enjoy that, because they didn't try to stick to the cartoon. They brought somebody in. He's like, I'm going to base this movie on the comic books, which are a little bit darker, a little bit more, geared towards teenagers, young adults, whatever. They just literally just had a bigger budget version of the show. Like,
you didn't even make it far enough to where they got to like the sub narrative with the little kid and his father that they introduced in the very beginning.
I forgot about him.
Yeah.
One of the guys that worked construction there. That was happening too, along with all the other shit. So
there was a subplot? Wow.
Yeah.
That's big.
There's a lot going on, man. And Rob, what'd you think of how they destroyed Ivan Ooze there at the end? Did you like that?
Oh, the asteroid?
They shoved him into a comet.
Yeah.
Great. Would you ever
I like
watch
how
this
they
movie
kicked
again?
him in the nuts into the comet.
Yeah,
no, I swear to God, this is how it took place. Dude, I can't believe you didn't watch it. I'm not even going to tell you.
Hey, guess what? I don't care. That's how I'm not invested at all.
So there's an emergency button in the Zoid or whatever the hell it's called.
Zord.
I don't know.
Zord.
So she breaks the glass and they're like, oh, we don't know what that does. And hits the emergency button and it says emergency whatever, and then all of a sudden you see the Zord kick the bad guy in the nuts. I swear to God,
did Ivan Ooze like grow, or did he have his own Zord, or what?
Yeah, of course.
He grew.
He grew. Okay, he got real big.
Yeah. So she kicked him in the nuts, and he got pushed into a comic. They were setting him up. The comic was behind him, blew him up.
Again, this is part of my efforts to expand my capacity for joy.
And Falcon, Johnny, what's the guy that died? He did the Superman thing with the train. He brought his Zord in with and the tracks were broke, and he.
Oh yeah, Tommy, one of his Zords. That was the subplot. That was the subplot with the kid. The kid was trying to go save his father, and they were on this monorail. The monorail was busted.
Monorail.
So Tommy flew down and used the back of his Zord to complete the track so that they could get across. It was, like I said, better than Uncharted.
Wow. I think if I was in that very narrow demographic, my head would have exploded, right? 4 to 6 years old. But that's it, though. Like, once you hit 7, you're like, what the fuck is this?
Dude.
Like, this is terrible.
Did you get to the Wizard of Oz flying monkeys or whatever they had? You didn't get to that?
I saw the ooze. I saw him fight the purple ooze guys. I couldn't, dude. It was the. I'll tell you when I tapped out.
I want to know. That's what I want to know. Exactly when you were like, no, I can't.
Here's what I tapped out is when they were at the base, like the Power Rangers base where Zordon is. And all of a sudden, there's like all this ooze, and then Ivan Ooze comes in, and that whole conversation, I was like, click.
Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay.
Oh
robot.
God,
Ay,
A
ay,
robot.
ay.
Yeah.
that robot Alpha 5 is annoying as fuck, dude.
But just-
somebody kill that robot.
Dude, God bless that actor playing Ivan Ooze, though. He gave it his all. Like he was like, you want me to play hammy villain? I will give you hammy villain. And he came in and he's like, rah, rah, and all these stupid corny jokes, and I'm just like, what else is on YouTube? I don't think I could do this. And that was the moment. I was like, I can't watch this. And first I checked though. I could tell you exactly how far I got into it too. I was like, if I'm 45 minutes in, I'll keep watching. I hit the thing. It said 19 minutes, 55 seconds. I was like, oh dear God, I can't watch any more of this.
When he's like 6,000 years can give you in an egg can give you such a crick in the neck. I was like,
It's so bad.
I was like,
and again, if you guys were here, I could have watched it. I didn't have that moral support though that I needed.
Dude,
to get through it.
If Dominic, like, he was watching the whole thing, you know, like he never broke eye contact anywhere. So
he's how old is Dominic though?
He'll be 6 in
He's
the perfect demographic. Yeah. He is the target market.
Yeah, that's funny you said that because Brooklyn 7. I'm like, hey Brooklyn, we're gonna watch the Power Rangers movie. She's like, I'll be in my room. I was like, all right.
Did she ever have a Power Rangers phase?
She watched some with Dom, but she never got into it.
Okay.
It was always Dom.
But yeah, he is the target market for sure. But man, I've never seen such a soulless piece of product pass for a movie before in my life, I don't think. Like everybody said that about, like, again, Transformers, they're just trying to sell you more toys. Dude, they tore your heart out in Transformers, the animated movie.
And the villains are dumb as hell, man. Like Rita
Repulsa, Lord Zed.
Yeah, and they had some lackeys too. I don't know what their names are.
Yeah, I think I told you guys this. You probably don't remember, but years ago, like when the kids were still in school, and I don't remember who it was. It was either Logan or Mason, but their punishment was they had to watch Power Rangers. And they did something, I don't remember what, and they had to watch hours and hours of Power Rangers. And so I learned a lot back then, and like they still talk about it because it was scarring for them. That was their punishment, was they had to watch Power Rangers for whatever they had done.
But like I try and go back there. I'm like, man, like I would like to, wear those suits and everything.
Right. Again, as a kid, it's like, that's a cool suit, that's a cool helmet. Do you see what I mean about the White Ranger? He looked way cooler.
Yeah.
He didn't have the stupid little silver mouthpiece, with like the lips molded into it.
Right.
That's why I was always partial to the White Ranger getup. It just looked a lot cooler.
I can't believe that
again,
dude
in the
killed
cartoon,
himself.
They didn't have the armor that they had in the movies. They just wear spandex, and he's the only one who looks like he actually has some kind of armor on. I'm curious if they got to use those costumes like going forward. I guess the movie takes place between seasons 2 and 3. So I'm curious if in season 3, if they kept the movie costumes or if they went back to the shitty TV costumes.
No, they got apes and frogs.
Apes and frogs. Okay.
So they got new,
and a crane.
Yeah. They've changed.
So they literally were like, we're going to sell all new toys.
Right. Yeah,
like that was their whole
thing. That was the launch of the movie.
All new,
was to sell
all
new toys. That is exactly.
I literally have never seen something so soulless, though. I can't think of nothing comes to mind anyway. That is just wow. Like again, a lot of those kind of criticisms have been levied at a lot of properties I enjoy. I've been able to swat them down with some factual arguments. I can't make that argument here. That is a soulless product like I've never seen before in my life. There may as well just be a dude in the corner the whole time that's like with like pointing at prices and shit. You like this sword? $24.99, Toys R Us. Like it's fucking bad. Oh, I tried, dude, and I gave it. You
didn't try hard enough.
I did. I don't have the threshold that you guys do for like shitty movies.
Oh,
I get
we
so
watch
angry.
shitty movies.
You do. That's true.
This one was pretty bad.
I watch shitty movies
this
too.
One was pretty bad.
Attack on you. We just have different thresholds. I get angry.
Nope.
I turn things off.
I'm not
I feel
taking
like my life is too short.
I know my limitations. I watch shitty movies, and some of them I enjoy. Not this.
Yeah. I enjoy
not this
shitty movies too, man. So I just this is one of them though. It just I couldn't get through.
I tell you
tried
what,
really hard.
I tell you, I could watch this again because it is so bad. You know, it's like
Yeah.
it's almost fun to watch something so bad more than
Well,
once.
I could watch it with people. Like if you're watching and people are laughing at it,
Yeah.
that is a different experience.
Like when
That's
we were
why I
watching
made it through
Twilight.
Aquaman.
When we were watching Twilight, yeah,
Right. Twilight all of a sudden is a very enjoyable movie when
Yeah.
you watch it with other people who are just ragging on it the whole time.
yeah. This would be a great mystery science theater movie.
Yeah, for sure. And it's like, how is this 1995? Like, what the? This is like post Nirvana, post Pearl Jam, post Pulp Fiction,
So I was like,
post Clerks. It's like,
I had to look up the date on this movie because I was like, shouldn't these graphics be better? Shouldn't these special effects? I was like, what else came out in '95? I was like, surely we had progressed further than this.
Dude, compared
2
to the
years
TV
prior,
show, those were
we had Jurassic Park. 2 years
Right.
prior. Now, granted, this is not the same budget. I don't
Dude.
want to say that.
compared to the TV show, that was top notch special effects.
That is true.
I'm telling
I
you.
mean, if you're going to
That's
compare it
why
to
I
the
was
show,
like, damn,
The
man.
acting, however, was the same.
Yeah.
same over
Dude,
the top.
there was a scene where the Pink Ranger had a scene where she was supposed to be sad and consoling Zordon because he was dying, and it was the worst acting I have ever seen in my life. I mean, there was no conviction in her delivery whatsoever, man. I was like, dude, you're not even trying. like
It's like sad that you're dying. Does it hurt or whatever? What time is it?
it was really that bad. At least it's only like 5 more minutes after you turned it off. At least just keep going a little bit further.
Oh, so he kills him in that scene and they show up or something?
Yeah, he busts everything.
He's not
and
dead yet.
He starts dying. He's real weak, and that's when she has the line where
They have to go on their
we
quest.
have to help him. It's like, dude, you don't even care. What are you talking about?
They have to get new Zords from a bikini woman.
Yeah. You should have made it to the Warrior Woman, dude.
Yeah.
She had a staff. Then it came apart, and she was.
Wah, 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 wah.
That's the best way to describe it.
I don't know what that is.
What Rob just said. That's the only way to describe
like
it.
to
Rob is
prepared
for our listeners out there. Rob is thrusting his titties at me basically with his hands.
That's what was
You know.
going on in the show, man.
Dude, you know what? I've been watching Christmas movies like I do every year, and I finally got to watch the entirety of this movie that Maggie and I saw bits and pieces of when we were at a hotel years ago. And it's called The Night Before. It has Seth Rogen. What's that kid's name? Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Anthony Mackie are the stars.
Yeah, that's the one at the party or whatever, and then
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious. It is hilarious. It's a great Christmas movie. It's actually a musical. There's like 4 songs in it, which to me, that's a musical basically. And it's got Miley Cyrus in it. But man, it is so funny. It is a funny ass fucking movie. So if you haven't seen it, check it out. If you're looking for a good adult Christmas movie, and by adult, I don't mean X-rated. I just mean like not for kids.
Back to Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Yes.
Red Hot Chili Peppers song.
Yeah. At the very beginning. Yes.
You had,
but it was by somebody else, right? It was sung by a.
that was Red Hot Chili Peppers.
That was them.
Oh, okay.
That was a Stevie Wonder song, but they were
Right.
doing
No, yeah,
That
no.
was their version of the Stevie Wonder song.
Okay,
right?
because it sounded like a different
No.
musical
No, that
band.
was
to me.
them.
No.
that was.
Then you had
that's where their
Sammy
budget went.
Hagar. You had
Yeah.
a Sammy Hagar song, and you had some other shit that I listened to from the 70s, and I was like, holy shit, man. I think they spent a lot of money on their music.
Yeah, the only one I
I
thought
was
was
shocked.
the only
like,
one I
wow.
thought was sung by the actual musician was the Sammy Hagar one. I thought the other
they
ones.
They all were sung by the band.
Okay, you saw that their name in the credits.
No, but I
No, but
I
that was the Red Hot,
recognized
I
it.
know that Red Hot Chili Peppers song.
I do
That
too.
was
I used to
exactly it.
listen to it all the time, and it sounded different to me.
Well, it wasn't the radio play. It was a little different. There was more instrumental in it.
Well, that's
But that
not the
was-
same song then.
That was whatever the guy's lead singer from Red Hot Chili Peppers singing it.
That was
Anthony Kiedis.
Yeah, him.
Yeah, I thought too. I was like, wow, they got budget. They got a budget to get these real guys, but it just sounded a little off to me. Until
Here we go. Soundtrack, Higher Ground, written by Stevie Wonder, performed by Red Hot Chili Peppers.
All
I
right.
didn't need verification because I've heard it a million times.
All right.
Right.
We Free Ride, is that the 70s song you're talking about?
There's
Yeah, was
another
that-
one too.
Was that by
There's
the
a lot of stuff in here I've never heard of.
Go ahead, say it, and I'll tell you if I...
Okay, Papa. Well, I guess Papa Umau Mau. Is that the Papa Umau Mouse? Papa Umau Mau. Was that literally in the movie?
I don't
Jesus
remember.
fucking
I
Christ.
don't remember
that one either.
The band called Shampoo. They Might be Giants. I know them. They had a song in there. Aaron Waters, the Power Rangers Orchestra. Devo had a song in there.
Devo was
Van Halen had Dreams.
Yeah,
Is that the Sammy Hagar song you're talking about?
Yeah, it's Sammy Hagar.
Okay.
yeah.
Kung Fu Fighting. Jesus fucking Christ. They have a song called "Ay Ay 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 Ay," the Alpha song. I'm not making that up.
Yeah,
It's
because
performed
that's
by
all
some-
that dumb robot does. She's like, ay, 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 ay. I was like, are you going to do anything to help the situation? Or are you just going to say that and then run around in a circle for the whole fucking movie? Dude.
I like to in that scene, the last scene I saw, like somebody just comes in, like pops a CD in his back, like no security, like it's just it's pops a CD, and all of a sudden he's totally corrupted.
Dude,
Like,
you watch 15 minutes of this movie, and you got more
19 minutes,
complaining
55 seconds.
and more complaining than Steve and I.
That's how much impact that 19 minutes 55 seconds had on me. I am full of complaints and rage at like the missed opportunity. Because again, look at
You
the
think
2016 one or whatever, right? Like they did a great job with that.
Yeah.
That is what
You would
I would think they would have done a version of that in 95, but no, they were just like 4 to 6 year olds at Tire Market. You know, we don't want a single parent to enjoy this movie.
You
You know what I mean? Like they didn't think it through.
You would think that whole soundtrack was country music you had to listen to.
But that movie is the cinematic equivalent of country music, basically. It is just marketed, packaged product. That is all it is. There's no soul there, just like country music.
maybe I was watching and I was like, this is so low budget. There's no way they could have afforded the actual song and singer.
Well, that's
Here's
why.
the thing.
That's why
It
I
had
was
a-
surprised.
It had a slightly, and I mean slightly, so probably equivalent budget to the Ninja Turtles movie from 1990. So they made choices there.
maybe
And
maybe decisions were made.
decisions were made.
Dude, it was all about selling those new Zoids or
Yes,
whatever they're
Rob
called.
is 100% correct. It was just whatever they turned into, the
Yeah.
ninja monkeys or whatever the hell.
That's right.
It's all about selling that new toy. I give this movie 0 stars.
Steve, name the
And we
5
are all
animals.
dumber for having watched it.
Name the 5 animals. They
There were
got.
6 Power Rangers.
Oh, well, name the 6. I forgot about one of them already. Go ahead, name them.
Frog,
Frog.
ape,
I swear you're making
Ape.
this up to fuck with me.
No, we're not. I just
Crane.
want you to hear it. Crane.
bear.
Crane?
Yeah.
Now,
That-
now associate each one with who it is too.
What did I say first?
You said frog.
All right, that was Adam. He's the Yellow Ranger or
No,
the Black
he's
Ranger.
Black Ranger. Go ahead.
All right, what did I say next?
Ape.
Ape is
Ape.
Rocky. He's the Red Ranger.
Yes.
Crane, Kimberly, the Pink Ranger.
Yes.
Bear, Aisha, the Yellow Ranger.
Yes.
Frog.
No, you already said frog. You dumbass.
Frog 2, The Revenge.
You
Uh,
forgot.
Billy was the wolf.
Yes.
Blue Ranger.
Yeah, and then
And
you
Tommy is the Falcon, White Ranger.
got caw.
Caw. Dude, I can't believe that guy killed himself. You guys said that last week. I was like, holy
Did
shit.
you
And
watch
that's what
the
got me on
movie?
this whole kick to kind of explore it and be like, man, maybe I'm missing out on a really cool fandom here. No, I'm not. I am sad about that
Dude.
guy's death. I genuinely am. But wow, this is not good.
I don't know what
I was
you
going to make a
expected.
joke, but it might be too early.
Yeah, it's you gotta wait a week.
Dude, I got nothing but love and respect for that dude. Actors are going to work. They're going to take jobs. I would have been on that show if it was offered to me.
Hell yeah. That would have been the
So
I would have been.
I'm not ragging on
I would have
anybody
been the Pink Ranger.
in that regard. I guess my issue
Go
is
along
with
with
the
your pink chair.
Yeah.
My issue is with the creators and their intent and their decision to just be like, we need to sell toys to people in kindergarten. That's it. That's your directive. Don't go. You try to make it appeal to an adult, will kill you. You know what I mean? Like, don't go the fucking Toy Story route. You know, Toy Story came out that year, I believe. Like, where that's a movie that appeals to 3-year-olds to 93-year-olds, right?
Yeah.
Fucking love Toy Story. Saw it at the theater day one. A lot of people share that opinion. They didn't want that though. They didn't want to hit all those demographics. Like, we got one demographic we are after here.
Howdy,
That we
partner.
don't want anybody else's money. Just the 4 to 6-year-olds. Everybody else can fuck off. Like,
Hey man, it's all about the money, bro. Come on. Have you
Like-
learned nothing? It's about marketing.
Logan just sent me some news. Logan just texted me, and I got this is great news. It's from the Hollywood Reporter. I'll just read the headline. Patty Jenkins, Wonder Woman 3 not moving forward as DC movies have hit a turning point. And I'm making this part up. They want to make only good movies going forward. But yes.
Well, you
No
thought
more.
you thought like once what's his name got in charge?
James Gunn.
Yeah,
James Gunn, my
he's
boy.
like, he probably looked at all these other scripts and was like, no.
They're like, I don't think so. I don't
No.
know that Patty Jenkins should be directing multi-million-dollar films. We're gonna pass.
He's like maybe not the best creative person to be on this.
And that's you can't help but look at that as a diversity hire. You can't help but be like, oh, well, they wanted a woman to do Wonder Woman. It's like, can you get a skilled woman? Because there are skilled female directors out there. They exist. You know, like, you don't have to just grab the first white lady you see and be like, you want to do a Wonder Woman? You heard of Wonder Woman, right? You got a movie.
Have you ever read the comic books? No, hired.
Right. Excellent. Even better. Like, oh, so bad.
That's going to crush a lot of people, though. They won't all be as...
No, it's going to crush 8 people. Because, again, there are Wonder Woman fans out there. I find it hard to believe there are Patty Jenkins fans out there. So that it doesn't say there's not going to be a Wonder Woman movie. That would be stupid to not make another Wonder Woman movie. But to make it without her is a good decision.
Wow.
I got to read the whole article, but oh man, that gives me so much. Now it's like Marvel is crashing and burning now. They're just, it's all flaming turds over there. But like, so maybe DC will come out of the ashes of Marvel's flaming shit, and now DC will be the new MCU.
Those are the ones I want to see too. I want to see. I want to see.
You're a DC guy. So.
Batman, Flash, Wonder Woman, Superman. Fuck, dude.
Superman. Yes, I want to see a really what do they call it, a 4-quadrant Superman movie. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
And I think Henry Cavill was actually talking, and man, I'm trying to remember this like a fever dream for some reason, but I think he was talking about how he wanted Superman to not be so dark, so that he gets the character. Like, Zack Snyder just thinks everybody needs to wear black and be sad and be in the rain all the time. Yep.
And in slow motion in the rain as well.
And in slow motion 24/7. But yes, Patty Jenkins off. We broke it here third. Here.
And by the time Sean releases the episode, it'll be 3 weeks from now.
Yes. Okay, so let's talk about
Wonder Woman movies out. The different director.
So I figure here's what we're going to take a nice little Christmas break. We're going to do one more episode next week. We'll be off until the new year. Take like 2 or 3 weeks off, whatever. So we can enjoy time. It's the end of the year. I like to do that.
The movie Power Rangers.
Never. I will never. I don't know. I'll watch it with you guys. Next time we hang out, we'll watch Power Rangers.
No, we won't.
We can watch it all together on
I'm
YouTube.
never watching
We
that
can
again.
sync it up on YouTube.
I'll do that.
I'll do that if you want to. Why didn't we do that in the first place?
It's hard enough to get a night where we can do the podcast. I don't know if we get 2 nights where we could all get together. So, so here's what I want to do. I have a comic picked out for next week. It's a 5-issue series, but it's a maxi series, so the comics are a little longer than normal. But it is called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin. It's a relatively recent release. It's available on my Comixology. And I've been reading it. I haven't finished it yet, but I've been enjoying it, and I think it'll be a good way to end the year. And then We'll discuss that, and I want you guys to have. We're all going to have like our top 3. We'll just do a top 3 movies, top 3 comics, and any other top 3. Like I might do a top 3 video games. I know you guys don't play a lot of games
of this year.
Yeah, 2022. Or if you just discovered it this year, it's not a super binding because you might have found something that came out last year, but you didn't find it till this year. But you spent a lot of time with it or whatever the fuck. So that's fine too. Just whatever occupied your mind grapes this year.
Is the last Ronin, is that the one based around Raphael?
Maybe.
Okay.
You'll have to read it to find out. Top 3 TV shows, all that kind of stuff. So just be thinking, putting some lists together.
Rob's like
3,
homework.
whatever.
Fuck
I already
off.
forgot. What are we doing?
Top 3s, man. Top 3s. Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin. That's the assignment, and then we'll take a little breaky break.
You don't want to end on Power Rangers?
And no, we're gonna end it on Ninja Turtles. We are not gonna end it on Power Rangers. And then we will come back next year with new stuff. But yeah, figure out your favorite stuff this year, basically.
We'll come back next year with the same thing Sean likes. So we'll Venom and Ninja Turtles.
Welcome. A lot of Batman, a lot of Punisher,
More Pantera talk.
Yes, all the things I love. You guys just have sports. Sports aren't fun to talk about.
They are when you watch them.
Yeah.
But they're not fun to talk about. They did bad, they did good. That's like there's no depth. It's like Power Rangers. There's no soul to it. It's just people excelling at a physical activity. Like there's no anima.
Ay.
Come back.
Ay.
Yes, that is sports. Thank you. It's a lot of people on the sidelines going ay. There's just not a lot of, I don't know. I never understood sports discussion. I guess I don't like speculation a lot. Like I don't like to do speculation about movies. And it's kind of the same thing was, well, so
I just watched Tom
here.
Brady come back for the 900 and billionth time again. I mean, like this dude is 45 years old and he's still he's down 2 scores in with 4 minutes left, and he's like, "Yeah, I got this." On a shitty team. I don't understand it. That is amazing.
I texted Raleigh. I was like, "What the hell happened to the Saints?" I went to bed and they were up.
Yeah, dude. It's like
give
somebody
Tom
asked
Brady
me
2 seconds.
Somebody asked me earlier in the day at work. They're like, "Who should I put money on?" I was like, "I wouldn't bet up against fucking Tom Brady." Sure enough,
didn't he lose to the fucking Browns?
Yeah, the week before last week.
Yeah,
that just negates everything you said.
No, that was
he lost to the fucking Browns.
No,
yeah, but it wasn't his fault. This is his defense's fault.
He almost he came back and tied it up again, and then he just didn't get a shot.
Still lost to one of the worst teams in the league.
I don't think he got a possession.
We're not that bad.
Not the worst.
Ay. Hey, I want to leave you guys with a thought I had. I was eating bacon the other day, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is so fucking good!" And I was like, "Can you imagine what human tastes like? like if a pig is this good, like what if somebody chopped my fat ass up? How delicious would that be?
You would taste like bacon from all the bacon you eat.
Like I think
I've always heard.
I think I would lose a limb if I could just try it. I'll go without an arm just to see how it tastes.
I've always heard that human tastes like chicken. Maybe that's just because of the Eddie Izzard bit, but
I mean, I'm just saying, chicken tastes like chicken. Bacon tastes like bacon. Well,
yeah,
I get it. Cannibalism, I get it. You tried it. You wanted to find out. That was it.
I don't want to try it though. I'm okay with just bacon.
I'll try anything.
Once you get a taste for human, it's like ay.
All right, that's all I had. I just wanted to leave.
All right,
you just ruined the podcast. Jesus.
Oh, that's basically his LeVar Burton,
reading Rainbow.
I wonder what human tastes like. What does human taste like? All right, kids.
Dude, we should start a segment or just shit that pops in my head while I'm working.
Dude, that would be that would
That
be
would
like
be
a
a great-
quarterly segment.
Yeah.
I got
Like,
one. I got one more. Who
did this happen after you washed your hands with a used fucking urinal pump?
No, it was before. It was before that. I got one more. I'll save it for next week.
Okay, just in case.
Yeah. In
Easy.
case
You get one a
there's
week.
not a lot going around in my head. You know, I might only come up with.
Well, write it down. You don't want you to forget it. So.
All right, already forgotten.
All right. Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week.
See you guys.
Peace.
Peace.